Whoa, what's with the... Oh, never mind. That's just the way it looks like from there. Let's just make sure this is working right. Do-do-do. That looks good. Hello, hello, hello. Make sure the noises are working right. I'd say it's all working good now. Uh-huh. I think everything can be heard, but I'm not exactly sure, so... Uh-huh. I mean, I know that my voice is probably being heard, but you know what? I'm gonna look through the YT. Excuse me. Alright, so my voice can be heard. And so can the game. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Kato Squad? It's Kato here, and welcome to Pokemon Fire Red version. Oh, man, this was my childhood right here. I used to play it all the time as a kid. Like, I'm not even joking. I probably had worn out my Pokemon Fire Red all the way until the point where essentially I had basically nearly destroyed my Game Boy Advance playing it for so long. Like, not even joking. I want to say by the time I was 16, just from playing it on my old Game Boy Advance, even all the way to then, and to take a reference on that, I'm almost 28 now. Like, not even joking, I think in about, I want to say 13, 14 days from now, I'll be 28. So that says something about how long ago it's been. No, but like back then, around the time I was 16, was around the time that I stopped playing Pokemon Fire Red on the Game Boy Advance because my old Game Boy Advance would not charge. that's how that's how much of me playing this game was. Well, that and Emerald, and basically almost every Pokemon game that I ever got. Because I mean, if I just show you guys this real quick, yeah, I still need to get Leaf Green. I still need to get a few other Pokemon games. I need to get some of these games as digital copies too, so I could just have access to it. But I'm not gonna worry about that until after I get myself a terabyte micro express SD chip for my Switch, because you know how many games I had to delete just to download this game, this game, this game, and this game, so I could play them when I bought them. Not to mention have this game downloadable. uh, so, anyways, the game plan for today, and for any stream of this game going forward, if I decide to make a series out of it, I don't know. I'm still debating, but because it's Pokemon Day, I'm not even gonna worry so much about it. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a trip back to good old Fire Red, and we're gonna do something stupid. For those of you who had actually looked in my post recently and had voted, you know what's about to happen. But for those of you who have not and are just only joining the live and reading the the title of the stream, yeah, we're doing something stupid called Shiny Hunting in Fire Red on the Switch. Most people would do that on an emulator, not me. Nope, I'm doing it very stupidly. Game Freak presents. Pokemon Fire Red I feel emotional. I mean, look at this. This sounds so cool. You've seen it too, guys, right? You've seen it. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh my gosh, and the fact that they keep the original way of how you move. In the world of Pokemon, you are about to embark. You will embark on a grand adventure as a hero. Speak to people and check things wherever you go, be it towns, roads, or caves. Gather information and hints from various sources. New paths will open to you, helping people in need, overcoming challenges and solving mysteries. At times, you'll be challenged by others and attacked by wild creatures. Be brave, young trainer, and keep pushing on. Though your adventure, means that you will interact with all sorts of people and achieve personal growth. That is our biggest objective. Presenting your journey begins. Hey, it's Professor Oak. Hello there. Glad to meet you. Welcome to the Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately call me the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited by wide creatures. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battle. As myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. But first, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? Oh boy. Let's begin with your name. What is it? Well, since this is going to be a shiny run, I'm going to do something unique. I'm going to call myself Shiny Cotton because I can't names that long enough. Hold on, is there a star I can use? I guess that's part of the flaws of the old games. So I guess we're going with our classic name of Kaka. Right, so your name is Kaka. Yes. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since both were babies. What was his name now? His name, I'm gonna do something that I've never done before. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna name you guys the Chip. Because my goal is not only to catch every shiny Pokemon, but to meet you guys. You guys are part of my journey. You guys are my rivals. Kato. special things to do. One, obviously you have the ability to run. For two, you already have this thing in your inventory. Potion. One thing I will have to note is we're going to be doing something that is incredibly annoying to do, and that's shiny hunt. And that also means we're shiny hunting our starters, so... And well, the votes are in, and you guys had said you wanted Venusaur as our shiny. I'm not a big fan of Bulbasaur, I'll be honest. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Bulbasaur. At least not when it comes to Kanto games. Mainly because the only gym that Bulbasaur can actually do well in is Rock and Misty. Any other games, no. He just can't. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I'm stuck with Bulbasaur. And since I don't think online trading is available, unless if I were to get this game downloaded on my Switch 1, the original Switch, and then play through it, trade, I'm not gonna have any Pokemon. And to be fair, I don't even know if I'm gonna want to continue this story. I might just delete the save after I'm done with the stream, because for all I know, maybe I'll just do this as like Pokemon Day thing. Do something that's fun and unique, and then when it comes to me playing this game in the future, just for fun, I might just start over, do what I want to do, and then not have to worry about shiny hunting and whatnot. Because I'm not a shiny hunter. I'm not a big fan of shiny hunting. I don't know why. I've tried shiny hunting, and it's fun, it's exciting, but in some games it takes forever. And the fact that I'm doing this, see, I'm gonna cancel real quick, and I'm gonna save right here, and you'll see what I mean. It's time to shiny hunt this thing, and I'm hoping it doesn't take too long. The fact that there's no speed up, it's also driving me insane. I'm not gonna name it for now because we'll name it when it is a shiny, and oh, it's a girl. Neat. All right, well, you know what? I just realized I could probably speed up the thing a little bit. Let me just first log in to the game, and then options. Let's fast and good enough. Now let's save again, so that way the text is moving that quick. Like I said, when we get to the part where we can have a name right here, I'll look and see if I can find it. I'll look into getting it renamed correctly. Until then, we're doing something incredibly good, which is shiny. If only they had it so you could see if it was shiny, when you view it in that screen. Yeah, we're gonna suffer. But I mean, we're suffering together. And it doesn't take too long to check our stats out. Yeah. Yeah, well, this is good. This is good. Sorry if I'm going quiet. It's just I'm starting to think of my life choices and why am I doing something so. You know what I mean? Because I mean, look at this. I'm going through the motions, doing this. On the bright side, there's no chance of me messing up the starter being shiny on this, compared to if I was doing it on the MGBA, which I should probably have done that later, in honesty. Not to mention the fact that I can also cheat and be wiser. Or at least make it so that everyone is shiny. But I wanted to be different. I wanted to be a smartass. I'm gonna drive myself insane hearing that. Aren't I? I'll be frankly honest, I'm kind of falling asleep here. Not because Shiny Hunt is boring. I actually enjoy Shiny Hunt. I wanted this last week. I've been feeling under the weather, to be honest. Like, not even joking. All week, my stomach felt like it was in knots. And then today, I'm feeling fine. It's just body fatigue from not feeling good for the last week, you know? So, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. It also does not help that I do not have any sort of way to have my, mic that's not a headphone. I don't have any sort of thing like that, so that's very fun. And I have to use Joy-Cons as my controller, because the controller I use for my headphones has to be plugged into the PC, otherwise I can't stream. So fun. Very fun. Very, very fun. However, if we're lucky, we might be able to get ourselves that shiny before 4. If we're unlucky, well, that's tough. That's tough. Bright side, I have a controller coming in pretty soon that should make it so I don't have to worry about Joy-Cons. And I'm playing with it connected to the dock. You know, part of me had wished that Pokemon Company and the Nintendo Switch would have at least gave us some sort of speed up button. Nothing too fancy, just like 2 times speed. Know what I mean? I mean, it wouldn't hurt that badly. Something tells me the others Pokemon have gotten to be shiny, yet this one has not yet so far already. Watch, it was Squirtle or Charmander that got to be shinies at least once. after I get through to a certain part of the game on this stream, if I'm able to even get once shiny, I will do the GBA, the MGBA version of this game, and shiny hunt on there with a modified version of the game, so that way I can do like certain evolutions and whatnot, and have it be a shiny only run. Where I can, if I can, set it up to be like however many screens and whatnot. You know what I mean? And I'll have it so that way I can catch every Pokemon too. Like, I don't know what I'll do. I'll set it up so that way, once per route, I do like 10 different Pokemon codes that will spawn certain Pokemon in. And I'll run around and hunt it, or I don't know, maybe I'll set it up so it's a shiny only, as in like every Pokemon is always shiny. I don't know. I haven't thought it out. It's just, I mean, I still have Pokemon Celestial X to go through, so I don't know. I'm only just doing this because yeah, it's Pokemon Day. I want to do Pokemon Day stuff. What's a better Pokemon Day stuff than this, right? For anyone watching and counting, how many have I done already? Because this is getting obnoxious. I mean, it's got to a point where I don't even need my other Joy-Con. I just need my input one. The one with the A and B. A, B, and X. Technically. Want to be precise. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm just... disappointed at myself, really, for picking to do something like this. But no, I wanted to be special. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be my autistic self. Well, I found out something interesting. Apparently, after you beat this game on the Switch, you get access to the tickets that'll get you Ho-Oh with the Deoxys. And depending on the game, it's either an attack form Deoxys or defense form Deoxys. Because, of course, my whole setup for streaming is literally my bed. Alright. I'm starting to wonder if they've shiny locked everything in this game just to be dicks, like they've been in like every other Pokemon game I've played. Sorry if I'm not talking too much, but I'm trying to save my voice whenever I can, and when it comes to stuff like this, you don't really need to talk a lot. Not unless there's actually people in the chat talking and asking me questions, which I could clearly see there's not. So, okay, it's getting to a point where I'm having to wonder if it's shiny locked or not. Okay, so it's 1 in 8,192 for shiny hunting. Oh, A, B. Hold on. There might be a way to okay, so I'm gonna try something. Oh. You should be talking anyways, even if people aren't. Yeah, I've been doing that. I just was looking at something real quick. Looking up the shiny odds and finding out that there is a process for me to soft reset without having to do a whole press home, reload the thing over and over again. So I'm gonna be doing that from now on. Well, let's see if this will actually increase the speed of me finding it. So select plus AB. Okay, yeah, it does do that. It's just very obnoxious. Also, the game's louder than me. I will turn down the volume of the game in this reset. Why is the start and select buttons on? That little minus and plus button. Sound. Okay, so I can't do it like that, so I'm gonna have to do it like this on the actual computer. Okay. Maybe like this? That better? Maybe more like this? Yeah, that seems like a better range, right? Does that sound better? Yeah, I lowered it on the OBS. Does it sound better now? Okay, just making sure. Alright. It's gonna be really tricky to press the plus and minus buttons, that's for sure. Yeah, I know it's you, Dark. Why else would I have you, as a moderator on here? Again with this wonkiness. I cannot wait until I get that controller I just ordered. Because trying to press those 4 buttons on Joy-Cons is obnoxious. Oh, duh. You just now realize that you're moderator? You've been moderator on here for months now. Since I think one of my... Hold on, go to your Switch settings. Okay. Settings. I'm guessing in the audio, right? You think you could change the plus minus to X and Y? Well, I use X for my Oh yeah, wait a second. Hold on a second. Maybe it's already set up like that. Hold on. I'm gonna have to test it right now. Because X is already the start button. Because when I press X, it opens up the menu. I'm gonna try it. It is! All 4 buttons! Yes! Okay, so I only need 1 controller. It's just that I thought that the Y button was also... What does Y do? Y does nothing usually. But now Y is also the select button in this game. Because back in the OG games, it only had the plus, the minus, well, technically 2 little dots, plus A and B, and the arrow buttons. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't see a way you can program buttons on the Joy-Cons. But I mean, at least I know for a fact that when you press X, Y, B, and A all at once, it counts as if you're pressing A, B, start, and select. Also, I'll be streaming my ROM hack soon. Okay, well, if I manage to find a shiny Bulbasaur before you start streaming, I'll probably come over and raid your stream with what little people come here. On the bright side, now I know I can soft reset much easier, much faster, and we'll find out if I can be able to get a shiny in this stream. I will probably not get a shiny, knowing my luck. Plus the shiny odds. Let's see what the shiny... let's see if it's shiny. It is not shiny, so reset. You don't need to if the X and Y works. What? I'm sorry, I'm so confused because X and Y also count as my start button and my select button, apparently. Not that I'm upset about that, I actually quite like that. Considering the minus button and the plus buttons are so tiny. Still not as shiny. And chat got the Charmander for the probably 50th time by now, to be frankly honest. Still no shiny. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand why Pokemon didn't just take the modified shiny odds ROMs from online. Wait, was that shiny or not? Not shiny. Okay. I don't understand why they didn't just modify the game slightly to make it so you can't. Yeah, so you don't need to change it. Yeah, I didn't have to change it. I still don't understand why they didn't at least modify the ROM a little bit to make it so you can get certain Pokemon on your own, since who's gonna own a second Switch except for people who own the original Switch and the upgraded Switch? Alright, let's see if it's a shiny now. Not a shiny, so reset. I've been streaming now for a little over an hour. And I haven't even got my starter yet. On a normal day, I would probably have thrown my controller at a wall. But since it's Pokemon Day, yeah, okay. Because Pokemon hates us. You got that right. Pokemon does hate us. Because let's face it, if Pokemon actually loved us, they would give us the ability to play ROM hacks or fan-made games on the Switch. Your chat's coming in super late. That's not really coming in super late, it's just that there's a little bit of a delay. And I don't know why it's not set up so it does have a delay. I've looked into it. For some reason, this last like 2-3 streams I've been doing, the chat popping up been super late. Like, I don't know why. And everything's been super late. Like, not even joking. The stream is like, I want to say a minute and a half slower than usual. Like, not even joking. This is not normal. I don't know if it's like my software's not running it correctly, or if YouTube's wanting to be slow, or what. But I mean, it's not slower than most people, and frankly honest, I'm also running off of Wi-Fi without an Ethernet cable, and my family also has this big old TV in the living room that runs off Wi-Fi, so it's spread everywhere. I'm looking into getting like an Ethernet cable with a Wi-Fi extender for my room, so I can finally have like good connection speed, like super fast connection speed. But I mean, I'm doing something good. I'm playing the game I loved as a kid. Well, not the game I loved as a kid. There's plenty of better games I loved more than Fire Red. This one just happens to be one of my favorites during a certain era. And still no shiny. And I've been at this for probably an hour by now. Because I don't think I actually got to start on the actual shiny hunting until about an hour ago. If that. I'll say this though. I definitely need to upgrade all of my setup. Because it's been doing good for me so far, but I need to get like a professional mic. I need to get instant internet connection instead of using Wi-Fi on my PC. I just have a lot of things I need to upgrade on my side. Might even make it so I stop having lag even when I'm not streaming. Because there's sometimes where I'm just playing a game or I'm just watching something and I either get extreme lag buffs or something, I don't know. Like, last night I was watching this one show on one of the streaming platforms I watch TV on. Half the night it kept on wanting to freeze on me. Got so bad I thought maybe I should go into the settings and mess with it to see if it will fix it. I mean, it didn't really fix it, but me closing the app and then reopening it fixed it. Temporarily, at least. So... I don't know. All I know, though, is I'm shiny hunting Bulbasaur. I'm living a good life. And, I'm honestly about to throw my Joy-Con at a wall because of how long it's taking for a shiny to pop. This is why I'm not a shiny hunter. I do not have the patience. I mean, I have the patience when it comes to not streaming, but when I'm streaming, I don't want to be taking up forever of a time. But I mean, people enjoy watching people suffer, so on Pokemon Day, I am gladly to let people do something like make fun of me for making me suffer. Do something like this. And with the fact of me playing it through the Switch, I mean, it's a memory. Something I can also take on the go with me if I ever decide to say, forget this series, I'm just going to play it as I want to play it. And if I come back to the series in the future, I can just play it on an emulator on my PC. Where I can secretly use a cheat code to force a Pokemon to be shiny when it gets too much for me. Or I can have like at least 6 or even 10 web pages open at a time if I'm lucky. To speed up the finding the Pokemon BS. I mean, it's not that bad, but I mean, it's one screen compared to millions. Still no shiny. I'm starting to wonder if I'm just cursed to not get a shiny. Because I find shinies all the time when I'm not streaming. I find shinies when I'm not the person streaming, but the person talking to the person streaming. Like, that one time, Pokemon Legends EA, I found that one shiny on Dark stream. Dark, if you're still here, do you remember that? I was showing you that tree in front of the Hotel Z. And all of a sudden, like, 2 or 3 flies later, bam, shiny. That was fun. But shiny hunting in the past, I think there's a reason why I never even knew you could get shiny Pokemon in the games back then. Until, like, Diamond and Pearl. And that's because of the fact that I never found a shiny in any of my older games. With the lone exception of, like, the Gyarados from Crystal. I just resetted on a reset. You know, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad at that. That was funny. I didn't even mean to. I was trying to spam A and my thumb was too big and pressed every button at the same time. Not even mad at that. That takes skill. It's also the reason why I prefer big old controllers. Big old buttons. Instead of Joy-Cons. I mean, when the Joy-Cons are connected to the Switch, it feels different. It doesn't feel like you're holding 2 little tiny bricks in your hand. I mean, I'm not mad at it either. It's fine. It's whatever, but still. Either way, think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for another 40 more minutes, and if I don't get a shiny, then oh well. I just don't get a shiny. And I end the stream there, because that'd be 2 hours of streaming. And, I mean, I would love to make this a whole series, but if it's gonna be like, if it's gonna be a series, I'm probably gonna take it to the emulator. If it's gonna be this obnoxious of finding a shiny. Not to say that I don't want to shiny hunt on the Switch, it's just I don't have the patience for it. I literally don't. On the bright side though, I will be streaming something in March that is everyone's favorite, and that one game being Pokemon XD: The Isle of Darkness. When it comes out in the games, I'm going to play it. I will, of course, be using the fact that it can probably use cheats to rewind the game. Why did it reset? I didn't press the buttons that time. You know what? I don't even care. Time to check number... I don't know at this point. I don't know why I make myself suffer. But you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with suffering because... Look at this! I'm playing a game from my childhood, and I'm suffering, and I'm making other people suffer watching me play this. And it's picking a Pokemon I don't even like, too. I mean, I don't mind Bulbasaur, but it's not my favorite Kanto starter. That was a bug. Had to kill it. Yeah, like I said though, I'm gonna give it another like 30 minutes in the next 4 minutes, and if I get a shiny or not, oh well. I'm ending it there. Because I'm tired. I haven't been feeling good all week. Excuse me on that. And if I'm gonna be playing a game like this where I do a shiny only run, I'm gonna be doing it with multiple screens. At least I'm gonna try to figure out how to do it on multiple screens. Also, I'm still here just getting my stream ready. Ah, okay. Cool to know, cool to know. I don't know why I make myself suffer like this. But I mean, it's content. And if people actually want to watch someone suffer 2 hours trying to find a shiny, you know, I just realized the soft resetting's probably gonna screw me over at one point. Like, I can already see it happening. Like, I'm checking the Pokemon if it's a shiny or not, and because my thumb's been trained into just soft resetting the second I see the Pokemon. On the bright side, I don't need both controllers. Well, not at the moment. Why did I do that? Oh, it reset on it again. Still no shiny. Well, we got 30 more minutes. Still no shiny. And the sun's beating down on my room hard right now. Sun's peeking right through the window, and unfortunately, my old setup is... Of course I reset. Why did it do that? please make Gary run a little faster to Pokeball with this. Attempt number 1 billion at this point, I guess. You know, I will say, older Pokemon games I'm not a big fan of when it comes to the name rating, because the name rater is like what? Celadon or Fuchsia? Or something like that? So you have to go like halfway through the game just to rename a Pokemon if you named it wrong. That's something I like about the newer games. You can just rename it right there in your party. But then again, you can only rename it like so many certain amount of times. If it's Pokemon you caught, you can rename it like what? An infinite amount of times. But if it's Pokemon that was traded to you, you can only rename it once. Which I like the fact that they gave you the chance of renaming a Pokemon. Because if someone were to name a Pokemon something that's offensive or something, yeah, that makes sense. But like, I don't understand why they would give you the ability to rename someone's Pokemon when you could just trash the Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know. Either way. Let's check this Pokemon. Oh, Dark, by the way, for that Pokemon Fire Red Extended version that you were playing the other day, inside the Celadon Mart, I think you can buy, like, a ton of shiny charms, which are one-use items, which will force the next Pokemon you find to be a shiny. So, I guess keep that in mind in case you do more Pokemon Fire Red Extended. You don't have to rush to get every shiny Pokemon from each route. You can just get a shiny from each route that you want, and then go on, and at least until Celadon, and then you can go back to all the other routes and re-catch them. Or catch them, or something. I don't know what I'm saying. You got my point. Because that is a good way to make yourself have every encounter be shiny. Ooh! Congratulations to Echo with getting the ability to do console games. congratulations. And of course, thanks to Dark on helping Echo out with that. I just saw that on TikTok while I'm doom pressing A and B repeatedly for this. Alright. Got another 20 minutes of this before I am about ready to actually throw something at a wall, so 20 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to quit it because I don't have the patience, I don't have the stamina, and I definitely do not have the endurance to do something stupid like that. Repeatedly forever. Something tells me I'm never gonna find a shiny in this stream. But you know what? It's not about the stream or the shiny. It's about just playing the game. Am I right, people? Because, I mean, all it is a game from our childhood. Or in some people's cases, from their parents' childhood. Because let's face it, a good chunk of people who are playing this game on the Switch are either people who are in their late 20s to mid 30s, or are the kids of those who played these games when they were kids. Of course, it reset again on this thing. I repeat, they should have at least made Gary run faster. Or at the very least, increase the game speed by like 0.5 at the bare minimum. 0.5 will do wonders. They don't even have to increase it that much, just increase the walking speed of characters by 0.5. And only for the ones that are a part of like a cutscene, like Gary, or any of the rocket grunts. You know, characters that matter. They can leave the character's walking speed be slow for like regular trainers and who knows what else. Ah, my headset keeps wanting to fall off my head. Of course, it reset again. My thumbs are way too big for these small buttons. When my new controller comes in, that'll be perfect. What popped up now? Nothing. Nothing importance. Okay. I'm doing something. I'm not available. Sometimes I wonder why people don't respect the door being shut. Another 15 minutes and I'm out of here anyways. Yeah, stupid bugs are everywhere too. I swear. And he grabs the Charmander again. Still no shiny. You know, I'm starting to wonder if I'm just fated to not get a shiny in this. 15 more minutes. That's all I'm giving it. Let's see if this is not a shiny. Congratulations to Dark with nearly doubling his subscriber count recently. By the way, on YouTube, because before he was in just the 400s. Now he's all the way in the 700s. Still no shiny. I feel like that's gonna be my catchphrase for this stream. Still no shiny. There's a bug in my room, and every time I think I've killed it, it's back. Proof I'm not a shiny hunter. I do not have the patience. At least not for older games like this, folks. If it was one of the newer games, it'd be a different story. And here's probably like the 200th Bulbasaur, in all honesty. Still no shiny. We got 10 minutes left on the clock. If we don't find a shiny by then it was just not meant to be. But, I mean, I still have Celestial X I need to stream through, so maybe later today I'll hop back on and I'll stream Celestial X some more. I still have at least 2-3 different plots that I need to go through for Celestial X, and that being the bad guys and legendary, the final gym, and the Pokemon League. So yeah, you might see me streaming it later. I don't know. I mean, it's Pokemon Day, so of course I'm gonna be doing nothing but Pokemon stuff basically all day. You know, I would have thought I'd found a shiny by now, in all honesty. Because I started roughly 10 minutes after I started streaming. So that's at least an hour and 40 minutes of stream time where I'm pressing A, B, and soft resetting. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Again with accidentally triggering that. You know, the one thing I do like about these older games is the fact that they actually put in a lot of effort into making these games. They put in a ton of work on the design, they put in effort on graphics, something that modern day games do not do justice, in my opinion. Sure, the graphics of today's games are amazing, but they don't feel like you're playing a fun game. They feel like you're playing a game that's supposed to be ran on a GameCube. Or a Wii. But these older games, even the ones from the GameCube era, they actually felt like they belonged on something better. And that's just me thinking, of course. You know, I would have loved it if Pokemon would give up, like, if they would put in the eShop a version of Pokemon Fire Red that's a randomized version, and every time you boot up the game, it randomizes. Like, have it so that way it's Fire Red randomized, and every time you boot up the game, every single route gets randomized, regardless of if it's a new or old save. every Pokemon that you can get randomized. Even the starters you get. If you didn't get a starter, it's randomized. Because that would be something interesting. And like they can block out the legendaries out of these randomizers that they can create. Because then they can still make it so you have to go to certain places to get the legendaries. And have it so those are forced to stay the same. And the only Pokemon that don't get randomized are like trainer battles and whatnot. Except for maybe like with your rival, maybe make it so the one Pokemon that's on their team, the starter, the thing that came with them, is randomized to also be like whatever Pokemon options you had originally. So like say for instance if the randomizer were to give you Arcanine, Vaporeon, and I don't know, Electabuzz as an example, and you picked Arcanine, the other trainer would have Vaporeon all the time, or Electabuzz, or whatever right way of doing it, depending on which placement they have it at. Of course, that's just me thinking. Oh, that might be something cool that they could do. And before any of you start thinking, oh, he said Vaporeon, ooh, you know, Vaporeon, it was just something that popped in my head first glance. Because I was trying to think of like a trio type line at first, to be honest. Something that would still stick with the typings still hurting each other kind of thing. Still no shiny. I'm going in a rut. I'm building a trench in this game from my constant going back and forth, and it's the same thing over and over again. And I don't even care that much, honestly. In all honesty, the second I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna reset the whole game. In all honesty, I'm gonna give myself whatever I need to do for finding what I'm going after. Which I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just rename my rival to be what I normally rename my rival. And this this game, I'm not gonna stream it anymore. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stream it on the MGBA emulator, because I mean, at least then I have a chance of multitasked ones. I haven't figured out how to do it, but I'm certainly gonna try. And I'm gonna set it up like that, make it so that way I can actually have a perfect chance of doing it. And then this one will be just my official game where I could play it just to play it, and eventually transfer over some Pokemon to Pokemon Home that I really want to have in Pokemon Home. Like legendaries or whatever. Or I might not even play it, since I can play it on PC. And I'll only save it playing this game for, like, long car rides or whatever. Just for funs. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, in all honesty. I'm... Why'd I reset? Why'd I reset? Alright, last reset. Because by the time I'm done resetting this one and checking if it's a Bulbasaur, it'll already be at the 2-hour mark, so yeah, so yeah, I'm ending it here, regardless of if it's a shiny or not. We're gonna check and see if it is. And it's not, so yeah. I'm ending it here, folks. I'm not a shiny hunter. I wish I was, but I'm not. I don't have the patience for it in a game that has 8,000 plus shiny odd. A 1 in 8,000 plus. If it was like a 1 in 4,000, maybe. If it was a 1 in 2,000, definitely. But this low? No thanks. I don't have the capability of doing this. I don't. I just don't. No. I don't know. Oh, I hope we lost connection for a moment there. Either way. I'm done. I'm done. I can't stream this. It's too much. I'm sorry, folks, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. So, Kata Squad out, and I'll see you guys next time. On the bright side, I mean, look how many times I've soft reset. In the comments down below, if someone could count how many I did and post it, that'd be amazing, because I want to see how long I suffered for, and I do not feel like counting it myself. I really don't. So anyways, Kata Squad, you've been awesome, you've been amazing. I wish you guys could find something else to suffer watching through. For some reason, my stream says that I've been live for an hour and 42 minutes, even though for the fact that my thing here says I've been live for 2 hours. I don't know. But, I mean, that's life. That's life. So, Kata Squad out! I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Probably later tonight. Me doing Pokemon Celestial X. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And neither has my stomach, because I'm still a little queasy, but it's not as bad as it has been. Kata Squad out. See you guys in the next live stream.